England a challenge.
Oh, wide ball. That is not what Simon Hughes was asking for, not at all. That asks questions again. It gets boos from the crowd. And it was almost like Shoaib Akhtar hadn't warmed up. And here is Mohamed Afan, 7'1" of him. To our knowledge anyway, he's the tallest man to play international cricket. Andrew Strauss finds the gap, extra cover away. Over pitching from the young man. Only 2 fielders allowed outside the inner ring for those first 8 overs today, and Pakistan have chosen long leg and third man. Beautifully timed. Real class from Andrew Strauss. He's in terrific touch in the 50-over game this year, averaging more than 50. Akib Javed is the bowling coach. Abdur Razak in the middle, then Waqar Younis. All concerned about the youngster. Go get him. Strauss has picked the length really sharply there. And this young bowler at 7'1" must be worried sick. Oh, lovely. That's the best ball of the day by some margin. Oh dear. For Mohamed Afan, it's not a good day, because after 1 over, he's taken out of the attack. That is glorious timing. What a pleasure it is to watch this guy play. He came with a lot of hype. Began his first-class career at Worcester. Only left when Surrey made him a tremendous offer last year, recognising his potential. And now, in an England shirt, he's showing it off to all of us. What a stroke. That is something. Because it isn't badly short. And Gould might well stand there and wonder what on earth to do next. Oh, hello. That is a fantastic cricket shot.
Brilliant use of the feet, and kept his eye on the ball as well, though. And didn't try and hit it too hard, just a free swing of the bat.
It's a lovely delivery. All credit to Shoaib Akhtar, who's used his experience here. Akhtar has gone for 4, while at the other end 37 runs have been scored.
Oh, nicely done. Afridi's had to turn to Davies, the off-spinner. The seamers haven't worked. It's a good move from Afridi, just trying to take pace off the ball, but it's a great response from Steve Davies.
Dropped. And it hurts, like it really hurts. Afridi's pretty close here. He has to be in a catching position. That's one of those fielding regulations. And in the end, there's self-preservation about that.
Well, this pair upon 51. Pakistan decide to go with the bowling power play, which means they can have 1 more person outside the 30-yard ring. That means there'll be 3 outside the ring. Power play would just be for 4 overs. Pakistan in urgent need of a wicket. Really good from Akhtar. Let's look at those figures. 9 runs from 5 overs. That's big. That's huge.
And that's 6.
It's a huge amount of confidence in his game. Getting good foot movement from Davies, just giving himself a little bit of space. It's not that short. Just a great innovation of just manipulating the field. Ball him! Strauss fancied a piece of that. Looking for the maximum, mid-wicket was up. Big gap out there, misses it.
The measure of how England bat at the top of the order. It is caution to the wind. It's just to keep going, because we're only in the 12th over of what is a 41 over innings. And Andrew Strauss looking to lamp it over mid-wicket, gets on the wrong end of it. Strauss made a lovely 41. It's 78 for 1 now.
Wow. It's an extraordinary cricket shot. The pull straight down the ground.
That could be 4, but it's probably off the hit. Crowd are starting to celebrate Steve Davis's 50, and in fact, it got a bit of bat on it. So 50 to Steve Davis, a maiden half-century in international cricket for him, in only his second one-day international for England, and what an impressive innings, Michael.
Yeah, really impressive. Exactly what you need from your opening batsman in one-day cricket. Full of innovation, timing, piercing the gaps, hitting it over the top. Looks a really good player.
That's just wide of the man. Again, he's found the gap, Davis, and without much of a really big swing of the bat, he does seem to find a lot of power. Now that's, again, very well placed by Davis. Brilliant use of the manipulation of his shot there to make sure he found the gap between deep mid-wicket and long on. That's beautifully deft from Davis, and he's picked up 4 runs. Quick outfield. The sun has really dried it out, and it's nice to see actually that variation of his shot play, from the forceful stuff to the art. That's beautifully played, magnificent shot, and he's been looking for that actually, just eyeing up that gap at deep extra cover.
Davies moved on to 81 off 60 balls. I mean, he's played some tremendous shots, but that's right up there.
Out, I'm afraid. What a disappointment. We just had a drinks break, and it's clearly disturbed the concentration of Stephen Davis. It's got the breakthrough that Pakistan badly needed. It was a sparkling innings.
It's the one man who tends to pose problems to the England batsman who's got the wicket again, Syed Akmal. What a stunning innings that was from Stephen Davis. He never put a foot wrong. He looked so calm out there, and he just caressed the ball to all parts for a really blistering 87 from just 67 balls, giving England a real surge at the top of the innings. 153 for 2 now.
Well bowled. Is that a thin edge? Akmal likes it, and Ian Gould doesn't. It's as simple as that. Let's see and listen. Well, there was something there. Just a little skinny one, perhaps. Another single for Jonathan Trot. He has all singles bar 1-2, so no boundaries, 28 in 44 balls. Important not to lose momentum, still think about the possibility of a score of past 250. Change of pace from Mohammad Afan, and it completely confused Trot.
Oh dear, this is bad though. He's maybe got cramp or something, but something in his leg certainly playing up, and he's gone to the ground. That's a sad end to his first international match for Pakistan, being accompanied by the physio, and certainly won't see him again in this innings.
That's what was needed, and Collingwood finds it. He plays on the leg side with great authority. He does get onto him, I'll tell you what. You underestimate Paul Collingwood at your peril. The minute you think he might not be the player he was a month ago, he says, wrong guy. Now then, there's a man back who takes the catch nicely. Fawad Alam moved to his left side and judged it beautifully. So Paul Collingwood will, well, I suppose he disappoints his supporters here in Durham.
They call him unfairly in the England team the weed sometimes, and he'll probably get a few little murmurs as he goes back in for failing to clear the ropes, but it was clever bowling by Syed Ajmal, and England now 179 for 3.
That's going to be Jonathan Trot's first boundary. Off the 55th ball, it's a fine glance to third man. He's got to get his foot on the gas here, Jonathan Trot.
31 overs gone, and England now 189 for 3. If they score 8 in over from here on in, they get 269. That is very doable with the batting that they've still got in the bank.
Ah, what a shot. Gets that front leg out of the way. Just slashes it past point. Nice way to spend your 24th birthday out batting for England. Gone, got him. Morgan goes for the cut again, this time against Afridi. Big edge, and Akmal takes a good catch.
Extra pace, I think, hurrying off the surface from Afridi is what did him. Which is, of course, how Afridi gets so many of his wickets. Good take by Cameron Akmal. Morgan made 13, it's 205 for 4.
Has he got bat on that? Yes, he has. It's 50 for Jonathan Trot. He's played nicely. Got to press on the accelerator now and hit the boundaries. Nicely picked up. A nice little flick over mid-wicket. Has he got enough of it? Yes, he has! Bopara comes to the crease. 45 off 16 balls his last one-day game against Bangladesh at Edgbaston. He's carrying on from that. Time. Very good placement from Jonathan Trot, just waited on that back foot.
Yes, third wicket to Syed Ajmal. Visions of planting that one over deep mid-wicket, scuppered for Jonathan Trot.
Yeah, he was just starting to go since he's 50. Now, he played okay. He'll get back in the dressing room and probably realise he could have accelerated a little bit sooner. Could have tried to go for the boundary a little bit more often. But he goes for 69, England 253 for 5.
Oh, what a brilliant throw from the boundary there. Tim Bresnan coming back for the second run and probably had every confidence that he'd easily make it, but to hit the wicket from 90 yards away, Umar Akmal, well, stunning.
Sure he's short of his ground here. Yes, he is, he's gone. The direct hit will send Tim Bresnan back to the dressing room.
That's up in the air, and it's probably in the same direction, but this time it cleared him. That's a great shot from Ravi Bopara. Oh, that was a drop catch, I think. Certainly an edge. Did it bounce first? I don't think it did.
Bopara moves across his crease. Yeah, you've got to catch that.
Now, Bopara here is taking guard, standing in front of the stumps, batting outside off. Oh yes, he's hit that. Now, has it got the distance? Certainly it has. So the unusual method of standing outside off stump has been very productive for Ravi Bopara. Maybe not terribly intelligent bowling from Umar Gul.
Ravi Bopara finished with 35, a scintillating performance in 27 balls, but it was all started by the opening pair of Andrew Strauss and Steve Davies. They put on 78 in 71 balls, Davies going on to a sparkling 87, and that was a good performance too from Jonathan Trot. He played in a most assured fashion. It was tough going for most of the Pakistan bowlers, though the experienced Shoaib Akhtar was impressive without taking any wickets. There were 4 there for Saeed Ajmal, but they cost a few. Pakistan need 275 to win the game. The pitch is certainly good enough to do so, but is the character there? Welcome back to Chester Street. England take the field defending 274. A tremendous batting performance. They contributed all the way down the order. Pakistan need 275 to win it in 41 overs at a rate of 6.71. Oh, what a perfectly executed stroke. What a way to get going that is.
Cameron Akmal is full of talent, and when you see him play shots like this, you just wonder why he's had a run of so many low scores.
Fantastic stroke again, the second gem from Cameron Akmal. Gee, there's another good stroke. This time from Mohammad Hafiz, the first time that he's really shown the sort of power that we know he has. England have bowled a better line than that in the main. That'll be 4-2. The margins are quite small if you're going to bowl short against a guy who's in and seeing it well. And it's a good test for Stuart Broad. And another glorious stroke. We've seen some today. This is a perfect pitch here at Durham. Enough pace in it to play the strokes. And another one. Okay, this is game on. And thank heaven for it. I think everybody around the ground would like to see Pakistan push England very close here.
And I think the England team will want that as well. They want a game. You know, they want to win, playing good cricket, but they'll also want a contest.
Direct hit would have done it by yards. And Eoin Morgan lined it up. He almost had too long. One stump to aim at, and he wasn't good enough. Missing leg stump, just going down the leg side. Ian Gould was on the walk before Anderson was halfway through his appeal.
Always tough to give. It's a good decision in the end. I think it's harsh if you give that out. Yeah, nicely placed and nicely timed. That'll bring the 50 up for Pakistan.
He just waits for it there and actually guides it in the gap through the covers. But the change of pace from Broad didn't flummox the batsman on that occasion.
That's very delicate. Swann into the attack, and it's a good answer from Hafiz. The fine reverse sweep. Very nicely played, just using the pace. In the air. Has he got... Brilliant catch! What a catch from Tim Bresnan.
And once again, Swann, first over, wicket. The top spin that Swann gets on the ball just maybe created a little bit of extra bounce. The top edge and great anticipation by Tim Bresnan. Money on the ball for a long time there, but he just intercepted it beautifully. 62 for 1, Hafiz gone for 30.
Good shot, good response also from Cameron Akmal. They lose a wicket, straight away is on the attack. Oh, a drop! Flying chance there, Michael Yardy into the attack. Captain Strauss just fails to grab hold of it. That's dropped. Jonathan Trot.
I think he actually expected the ball to certainly come a lot harder because it was a meaty blow, but it wasn't quite timed by Cameron Akmal.
That's a tremendous shot. A bit of a drag down from Michael Yardy. Yusuf is quick onto that and just punishes him over mid-on.
Out! Yusuf's gone. Yardy. Almost apologetic the way that umpire gave that. And it was a sort of a fairly indeterminate shot by Yusuf, just trying to work it through the leg side. But clearly the umpire thought it was pretty adjacent, and off he goes.
Tell you what, that's a good decision by Ian Gould. It's played across the old straight ball. I think Yusuf would have worked on the angles and thought it was worth looking to score off Yardy leg side. Still, it failed him on this occasion. He's gone for 8. It's 82 for 2.
That's a good shot. It's just slipped a little bit down the leg side from Yardy, and Akmal, who's really fastening onto everything today, has gone to 49. That's 50 to Cameron Akmal. First real positive performance with the bat all summer by him, and it's come in 56 balls, and it's given Pakistan just a sniff of a chance.
Yes, he's played extremely well. When you say a sniff of a chance, the figures are 177 more to win it. We'll find out how they cope after the break. Welcome back to the Riverside, where Pakistan need a further 176 to win the game from 21 overs. That's a rate of 8.3 and over. We're certainly seeing a show of character from Cameron Akmal. He's unbeaten and playing particularly well. You sense that he has to stay at the wicket and see Pakistan home, and that the others have to play with the verve of England's middle order. A lot of sixes hit by England, none yet by Pakistan.
Well, that's what they need, Pakistan. More shots like that to keep momentum going. It's a pretty huge target to chase. They're going to need lots of boundaries. And that was a controlled shot too from Fawad Alam. That's going to be wide again. That could be another boundary. It's a long chase, which the field is going to give up. Sparing effort from Stuart Broad. Oh, that's tight. That could be out if he hits. And no, in fact, the batsman, I think, managed to get in the way of the ball. It's rebounded to the boundary. More fielders sprawling on the line. This is Fawad Alam struggling for the line. That throw, if it had hit, would have been out. It hit the bat, and I think it's been given as a 5. Unlucky for England, really. There he goes again. He's smeared it to Stuart Broad, straight down his throat. Swann galloping towards Stuart Broad, perhaps out of relief as much as satisfaction. That is a big wicket.
Akmal had to take the lead role. He's the guy who's got in a side that's so lacking in confidence. It's much more difficult for new people to come in, and Akmal has gone. Caught it long off. Graham Swann has his 50th wicket in the one-day international cricket, and it's 1-2-3 for 3. That might be 4. It is 4. Very well placed. Now Umar Akmal has the talent of his brother, maybe more talent than his brother. The rate required 8.8 and over. That must be out at mid-on. Yep, it is. Alarm goes. Luke Wright came on as a substitute fielder for Stuart Broad. He's straight into the action. It's just what England needed. They're taking wickets at very important times.
And the change of bowling works. Bresnan replaces Graham Swann. Straight away he gets the wicket. Easy catch for Luke Wright. Farid Alam's innings comes to an end. He played nicely for 39. Pakistan 158 for 4.
Boom Boom Afridi joins Umar Akmal. Surely the two most dangerous stroke makers in this side, certainly in the middle order anyway. 25-30 minutes of Afridi and anything could happen in the match.
Well, the rate's just gone over 10 and over, and Pakistan decide to take the batting power play.
They finally got one away. It was Umar Akmal who plays the short ball a little better than Afridi. Lower centre of gravity, and he went with the bounce.
They'll go all the way. Delicately played from Umar Akmal. Clever. That's a really good shot. Just gave himself a little bit of space there, Umar Akmal. Back to way to the leg stump. That's going to be out. It is. Umar Akmal's gone for the clever option. Tried to fine sweep it over fine leg, and he's just taken the edge. And Stephen Davies will never get an easier catch.
Credit to Stuart Broad too for sticking at it, bowling a sensible percentage ball the last ball of the over. It was almost a Yorker, and it did for the danger man Umar Akmal. Gone for 43, now 191 for 5, still 84 to win.
Yeah, it's a good hack from Shafiq, who's just come to the crease. Brings a boundary for Pakistan. The race, 11 and a half. They've got to go some here. Only one option, attack. That is a cricket shot. Pure power. Bresnan's gone for the short option. The answer is a powerful stroke through mid-wicket. That will be out. No! Just over Stuart Broad's head. Another boundary. 3-4's already in this over. That could be another one. That's going to be 4 more. 4-4s to start Tim Bresnan's over. The rate goes down below 10 and a half. Boom, boom. Great answer to Yardy being brought into the attack. This is exactly what Pakistan have to do, and it's also the area to hit Yardy over extra cover. Bowled him! The angle of Yardy, the skid he gets off the pitch. Shafiq's little cameo comes to an end.
That's right, the skid off the pitch, that's the point. He doesn't give the batsman any bounce to work with because his delivery is quite low. That was also 67 miles an hour, much too quick through the shot, and the off stump is leaning back. Just a key wicket, that, 218 for 6. Still 57 to win from 5 overs. That could be 6, and just over the head of the man back at long offs, Andrew Strauss. Beautifully timed by Umar Gul. That's brilliant bowling. He doesn't know what to do with that, Umar Gul. He's had 3 shots at it and not used any of them. Now, Afridi's been in for 45 minutes and he's only hit 1 boundary so far. Could this be the one He delivers it straight up in the air. It's going to be caught at extra cover by Swann. Is that the nail driven into Pakistan's coffin?
Well, maybe. Umar Gul is still out there, but Afridi is just a huge disappointment to Pakistan supporters. They know the amazing things he can do, and he just ain't doing them. Completely outfoxed by England's clever changes of pace. Very relaxed looking James Anderson. 19 he made, it's 2-3-3 for 7. And for once, that slower bouncer doesn't quite work, and there's enough overspin to take it for 4. Umar Gul's doing a good job here. That, as they say, is that, as far as Shoaib Akhtar's concerned. Faced just the one ball, and it was too good for him.
Clever slower balls from James Anderson, and the perfect riposte to a big swipe from Shoaib Akhtar. First ball from Tim Bresnan. Stumps all over the place, and Pakistan now really up against it. 238 for 8, still 37 away from victory. 31 to win. And it's now still 31 to win if Owen Morgan executes that. Comfortable catch. He had to do it really, Umar Gul. He had to go for the big one over deep mid-wicket, but the bowling was too good again.
Well, that discoloured white ball isn't particularly easy to see against a sort of darkening and cloudy sky, but England's fielders really do catch the ball safely. They've got good technique. Morgan made excellent ground of this and then balanced himself and held on in exemplary fashion. And that effectively was that as regards the match too, although Mohammad Irfan came out there and the last wicket